5. Expanding Horizons. Sang-yu wakes up grunting and groaning in pain from yesterday's side gig of moving boxes. After finishing with the grunting, Sang-yu stands up a bit and decides to just make his clone, number 1, do the job for now. We then see a snippet of Sang-yu's stats, showing just how much number 1 is sweating his ass off. Sang-yu then orders number 1 to come back home. Sang-yu thinks about how convenient it would have been if he could just unsummon his clone. But he knows that he can't, since everything his clone wears would just be left behind. While waiting for his clone, Sang-yu's stomach growls, signifying his hunger. The scene cuts to a table of dishes, one bowl being empty. Sang-yu, who is now satisfied after satiating his hunger, hears a couple of beeps coming from the door, where we then see clone number 1 coming through the door, sweating and panting with fatigue. Sang-yu, looking at number 1, commands him to take a shower and change his clothes as he apparently looks filthy. We then see a couple of panels of what's supposed to be number 1 taking a shower and changing his clothes. After number 1 is done with cleaning himself up, Sang-yu asks him to lend his hand over, so he could prick him with a needle. This is so he could learn the regeneration skill, and even though number 1 is a clone, Sang-yu feels bad, complimenting number 1 for enduring the pain, lol, as if that hurt a lot. We are then cut to a scene of when Sang-yu was researching his powers in the Hunter Wiki. In the wiki, it stated how an awakened will unlock the regeneration skill only after repeated and continuous injury and recovery. Sang-yu contemplates whether 1 month would suffice, while at the same time feeling bad for number 1. Later, Sang-yu commands number 1 to eat his fill and go work out after. He also hands him his spare phone, so he could contact Sang-yu, as that would be easier than number 1 coming back and forth to Sang-yu. We are then cut to a panel of Sang-yu who seems to be heading to the gym. While waiting at the street lights, a friend of his named Jang-do-kin jumps in, surprising Sang-yu. They both chat away, and Jang-do decides to go with Sang-yu to the gym, as he apparently heard that there were some sexy female trainers at the gym. The scene is then cut to the inside of the gym, where there only seems to be guys that are training there. Sang-yu then signs up for a 3-month membership, including a demonstration of all the equipment, which apparently turns out to be 160,000 won, or $120 in United States dollars currency. While paying for his membership, we see Sang-yu's thoughts, which indicate that his clone would be the one doing the work while he sits at home. We then see Sang-yu performing an incline bench press, and right when his instructor was about to compliment him, Jang-do makes a loud noise with the heavy weights that he benched, catching the attention of mostly everyone at the gym. The instructor inquires about his experience at the gym, wondering if it's his first time. Jang-do answers that while it is his first time at the gym, he's an awakened who has a strength of 2.1. The instructor is impressed and states that while he is a stamina build type of person, he is quite jealous of Jang-do's strength. Sang-yu, who is also impressed, contemplates if his strength is only 2.1, and he can exert that much amount of force, just how impressive must other hunters who are in another league must be. Sang-yu then understands why, despite the job of a hunter being dangerous, why people want to become one. Sang-yu is then interrupted with a phone call from Deokchil, who inquires if Sang-yu can come meet his daughter for the tutoring gig. Sang-yu accepts, stating that he'll head to his house right away. We are then cut to a panel of Sang-yu in an elevator trash-talking Jang-do, as he didn't sign up for the gym, like he thought, as there were no female instructors. In a flashback we see Jang-do with no humility accepting that fact. Sang-yu, after coming out of the elevator, hears a ton of noise and arguing behind the door. And right before he could knock, the door opens, slamming Sang-yu in the face, who gets knocked down to the ground, where we are then introduced to Deokchil's daughter. If you enjoyed this manhwa, please go support the creator by heading to webtoon and reading it there. And if you would like to see more in the future, please comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Goodbye.